Hey there, lucky stars. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel. Cat Star here. And today we're going to take a look at what your soul or your higher power is working to let you know, to bring through, to bring to the light. And kind of just what has been nudging, niggling, lessons, learnings potentially that you need to know. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to get 3 of these Soul's Journey cards, and then we're going to get some tarot to go on top of that today. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate with everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in, see what your soul has to tell you, see what messages your soul, your higher self have for you, lucky stars. Let's go ahead. Spirit, we need 3 cards, 3 lesson cards. I hope that you guys are having the most amazing life. Everything is going beautifully and wonderfully. The challenges are challenges that are working in your favor. Just remember that always, lucky stars, they are working for your growth, for your evolution, for your learning, for your experience, and in your favor. All right, Spirit. 3 lesson cards. Oh, is that 3? Oh, well, look at that. All right. So it came out this way. I'm going to turn them all over as we go. Let's get some tarot on it. Got lots of purples coming in. Good. Couple more. Oh. Alrighty then. Jumping cards. 2 more. Wow. Well, I guess, 3 more, I guess. That one needed 3. All right, let's go ahead and see what the first, guilt. Big one here. Big one here, lucky stars. So some of you have, either your soul has been bringing guilt to the surface for you to be able to look at it, see if it's true, see if it's real, and to let it go. This one actually says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So bringing it to the surface so that you can release it. Guilt just gnaws at us, right? And there's times where we hold guilt, we have guilt for certain things, and your soul is really, really working to bring that to the surface so you can take a look at it, lucky stars, and you can release it. You can release it. Holding on to things from the past, holding on to things that have already happened, it just poisons you, poisons your soul. So your soul is bringing that to the surface. For some of you, it feels very heavy. It feels very poo-poo and not fun. But your soul is doing it to assist you in releasing that, letting that go. So guilt, for those of you that are feeling guilt. Wow, you also have the 8 of Swords coming in here with that 8 of Swords. Some of you have really been overwhelmed with this guilt, and your soul is like, we really got to work through this. We really got to let this go. We really got to stop poisoning ourselves. There are times where, yes, guilt can feel overwhelming. There are times, lucky stars, where guilt can consume us. Your soul is working with you to be able to release that, to let go of that, to be able to look at it, see it for what it is, what it was, whatever that situation is, however that resonates with you. but to let it go, to finally release yourself from that, okay? Let's see what the next card is. The Seven of Cups. So, wow. Wow. With the Seven of Cups coming in here, some of you really have had all of these things. There may be a lot of guilt, and some of you really have been working to figure out what it is, and or your soul has been working with you to figure out what is the best one to release first. Because sometimes when you release guilt in one situation, one happenstance, one experience, right, then you can kind of collapse. It's almost as if you release this one here and all of the rest can fall. It's sometimes there is just one, even though it feels like there's many situations, many things that we can hold guilt around. Sometimes there's just a big one that if you can release that, and that is what your soul is working with you on releasing, then it can collapse them all and they all can be healed. So your soul is really, really, or your higher power, your inner self, your guide, is really working at assisting you with releasing this guilt, this potential overwhelm, whatever you have been holding on to, releasing that energy, allowing you to, it's coming up, it's bubbling, bubbling, bubbling up to the surface, kind of like a cauldron now that we're here in this time of year, but bubbling up so that it can come to the surface, you can feel it, you can look at it, you can, release it, let it go, reminding yourself that, yep, this may have happened, and I forgive myself, and or the situation or the person or whatever it was, and I'm not going to hold this guilt anymore. I'm going to let it wash through me. I'm going to let the energy move through me. I'm going to let it go, let it transmute, let it, become neutral again and not continue to poison myself. That is what is coming through for you here, lucky stars. Now, the next one that you have is regret. Wow, you have been holding on to a lot. And this says exactly what we said here with the guilt. It says, I know that I cannot change the past. And holding on to it doesn't help anybody. Lucky stars, your soul really, really wants you to look at this guilt, at this regret, and allow yourself to move through it. Allow that energy to move through you, not taking up any more space, making room, making space by letting this go, releasing this, knowing that you can't change anything that has already happened. If you feel like you need to apologize to somebody, if you feel right that you need to contact somebody and make good is what's coming through here, then do that, lucky stars. But let it wash through you. Look at it. Allow it to come to the surface. That's what your soul is working towards. Allow it to come to the surface and look at it and release it. You can't change it. You can't change it. You can apologize if that's what you need to do. If involves somebody else, if you're holding regret, you can apologize and you can forgive. You can forgive yourself, because holding on isn't supporting you anymore. Now, with that regret, you also have the Page of Pentacles coming in here. And the Page of Pentacles tends to be somebody who is kind of a studier or studious. They get to know. So what's coming through here is that your spirit, your soul, really wants you to kind of get to know this energy. What is it that you're feeling guilty about? Sometimes we can hold guilt, going back to the Seven of Cups, for a whole bunch of things that we don't even recognize or realize that we're holding that guilt for anymore. So your spirit really wants to, your soul really, your soul and your spirit really wants you to kind of look at it. That's why it is bringing it to the surface, why it is bringing it up and out for you to examine. So if you're feeling, a lot of guilty feelings, a lot of regretful feelings, that is because your soul is bringing them up for you to study, for you to look at, for you to reevaluate and see, if holding on to that is helping that past situation, Is it helping the potential person that might have been involved, or people, however that may resonate for you here, Lucky Stars? Or is it hurting you? And is it something that you can let go of? Let that energy move through you. Let the emotion move through if you need to, and let it go. Wow. And then you also have the Queen of Wands coming in here. And this Queen of Wands energy is coming through with this energy of a lot of passion, holding passion for yourself throughout this process. Lucky Stars is really, really going to assist you in this. Your soul is doing this for your benefit, to let this go, to no longer hold on to it, to not poison yourself anymore with this. This is going to take this energy of really having this grace and this passion with this Queen of Wands for yourself. This is really having also within this process, you're going to be building some confidence. Some of you, this is really this feelings of guilt, this feelings of regret have really held you back and really drained you, and you're going to feel so much lighter on the other side of this. And your soul knows that. Your inner self, your soul, your spirit knows that once you let that go, you'll feel so much lighter. That confidence will begin to glimmer in your eyes again. Yet this process needs to happen, and your soul is assisting you in bringing this to light, bringing this up so that it can be released. Okay, that is the second. Let's look at the third here. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. So very gorgeous. This is almost as if this is coming through with your spirit saying, you know what? My purpose is to assist you. My purpose is to help you, Lucky Stars, in the process of life, in the process of letting go, in the process of loving, in the process of living life to the fullest. And you can't do that. I can't help you, support you, benefit you as my purpose is if we are still holding on to all of this. For some of you, for many, many years, it's holding you back. So your soul knows, excuse me, your soul knows what it is here to do. It is time for you, Lucky Stars, to let this go so you can let that purpose, what you are here to do, what your purpose is, shine through. Your soul is doing its purpose. Your soul is doing its job. And you, of course, are doing your job. And, there's a few things that need a little work. And so your soul is showing those to you, highlighting those for you, bringing those up again to the surface so that you can really let them go. Your soul knows what is best for you. And sometimes, Lucky Stars, we can get lost on what is best for us because we can get stuck in these situations. We can get stuck in these feelings. We can get stuck in the guilt, the regrets, the past. And your soul is working with you to assist you in moving out of that, okay? That is your soul's purpose within this. Now you also have the King of Wands. So you have the King and Queen of Wands. Interesting energy here. With the King of Wands, your soul and you are really here to inspire. You're here to really let that passion, that fire that you hold within yourself out. And some of you have just been drowning that with regret, drowning that with the past, drowning that with guilt. And your soul is like, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. It's time to have that fire, that passion within you again, Lucky Stars. It's time for you to really let go, overcome this, release it. Okay, now you also have the Five of Swords coming in here. Wow, the Five of Swords coming in here. So some of you have really been feeling a lot of tension around this. You've known for quite a while, Lucky Stars, that you need to do the work. You need to show up for yourself. And, some of you have really, really been pushing that off, been rejecting that. been maybe even projecting it onto other people, you know, putting blame on others for the regrets or for the guilt that you're feeling inadvertently on a subconscious level, not on purpose at all, but your soul is here saying, you know what? It's time. It's time. Just let's work through this. Let's let it go. Some of you have really been in your mind about it too, more so as of late, and that's happening because it's been being brought into the light. It's been being brought up to the conscious level so that you can work on it, so that you can look at it, so that you can release it. And that is your soul really stepping into its purpose and being like, we've had enough. We've had enough, lucky stars. It's time. It's time to let this go. The guilt, the regret, let it go. Let it go. Okay. And then you also have the Knight of Swords. So you're going to find some very quick progress with this. There's going to be a lot of quick progress. This is the fastest moving card within the tarot, and there is very swift progress. So some of you have been putting this off, been rejecting it, been resisting doing this, even though it keeps coming up, keeps showing up, keeps coming up, keeps showing up, for you to work through it, for you to heal it, for you to, you know, collapse it, for you to release it. And some of you have really, but it keeps showing up because we can shove things off thinking it's going to be too hard, or we can shove things off thinking that it's going to be difficult, or it's going to be so messy, and it's going to be so painful. And that may be true, but this is going to, you're going to be able to work through this with your soul, with your spirit, with your higher self, with the help of that, right? You're going to work through it very, very quickly. So putting it off, procrastinating on it, even though it's hurting you, even though it's keeping you in this kind of almost stuck space, this is going to, there's going to be such swift progress. This is very, very quick progress. And this is really, your soul is coming through to assist you in this, lucky stars, and to get this done, to get this moving, to get this energy moving, making space, making room for new instead of holding on to all that past. So this reading really is coming through kind of with a pow, lucky stars. But you know what? Sometimes the message hurts to hear, but it's exactly what we need to hear. So your soul is really working in your favor, in your benefit, lucky stars. So, you know, tune in and allow it, allow it to be, allow the process, allow the healing, allow that release, allow yourself to do this, because it only will potentially get harder with time, as long as you, if you keep putting it off and you keep resisting it, it doesn't get any easier. Now is the time to do the process. Now is the time to do the work. Now is the time, because this, it's coming through with that Knight of Swords, that it's going to be a swift process. And it's going to, for some of you, having that lightness, having that weight of that guilt and that regret lifted off of you is going to be priceless, going to be priceless. The way that you'll feel on the other side of this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So your soul is almost begging you not to put it off anymore, just to do it. All right, you've got this. You have got this. All right, I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit that like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe button down on one of those corners over there. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit it. Hit it. What are you waiting for? And go ahead and hit the bell icon. It does let you know every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.